Home Show.
Ryan from Fulshire has a question about window choices.
Well, he just purchased a house, Tom, that was built back in 1987, and the windows are looking their age. Ryan writes to us, he says, the windows on the front of the house look original, and they need to be replaced with more efficient ones. And he says, I see windows that are made of wood, vinyl, and composite. He says, can you explain the difference to me in them, and is there one that's more efficient than another?
Okay, I'm going to pass on the efficiency right now and talk about his particular project.
Okay.
He wants to replace just a few of many windows in his home. So energy efficiency when it comes to his entire home and the package of energy it's going to use, unless you do all the windows, you really don't get any benefit. You might have a room on the north side when it gets really cold that used to be uncomfortable, but it holds heat better and you're more comfortable. In Texas, you know, we get that cold weather, at least 45 degrees, and we're just freezing to death where most people think it's a springtime day. But it can be uncomfortable for some people, so that will help. So efficient window and anything you buy will help solve that problem. Now you have composite windows, probably the top of the line when you get into some of the manufacturers. Gulf Coast Windows, Jim Fiume, the founder, we had this conversation with him the other day, and that's why I'm prepared for this question, believe it or not. Not that I'm not prepared, but he went on to this about, what if you're only going to replace a couple?
Yeah. You're super prepared.
What's that?
You're super prepared.
Yeah, no, I'm super prepared. But his advice was right on. He says, we want to find the window that matches the looks as close as we can to the other windows in the home. That makes perfect sense because if you buy some windows that don't match at all, it looks kind of bad. When you go to sell your house, people are going to say, what were they thinking? Then they have to replace all the windows because they can't find the other ones you did 10 years ago or whatever the case may be. So get one that matches as close as you can. Whatever window you get will be more energy efficient than anything you have from, I do believe, Charlie, you said 87 is when the house was built. So those were a whole different breed of windows. Now today, if you're going to replace all your windows, go with a composite window. They're 2.5 times more efficient than a vinyl window, which has been really the most efficient window on the market. But there's some disadvantages to it. You can only go so big or the vinyl won't hold and it'll start to make the window not work. So they know their size limitations. Also, you have a bigger frame because of that, so you get less glass and it becomes very bulky looking. So you have to be careful with that one too. And aluminum some of the new ones are good, like Gulf Coast Window has one with a great thermal break, but still does not meet the standards of, say, the composite window or even the vinyl for that matter. And wood windows, that's an inside the loop Heights kind of old house. I want to restore it, make it look, which is great. I mean, I appreciate that as a trained graduate architect, but you know, it's not for everybody, especially for a house that probably was built in 1987. So I would tell you, get one that looks close. Now, here's the real thing. Gulf Coast Windows, they have all of them. So they're going to have a window for everybody. And so a lot of window replacement companies has one choice with a couple of options. They don't have all the windows. They have one window, some options. So go with a company that gives you window options, not just options on a vinyl frame.
I had Gulf Coast Windows replace the windows over in Casa Grande over there, and they not only were able to do the traditional windows around the house, but you know, you've been to my house. We have some specialty size windows, and
you got
all
big
of
ones
them
up above your door.
Yeah, and they were able to replace those without breaking a sweat. And when they were done, those windows looked so good. My neighbors literally stopped me to say how good the house looks since they put them in. So I can't speak the praises of Jim Fiume and his crew there at Gulf Coast Windows loudly enough. Or as you like to say, I highly recommend them.
Highly recommend them.
All right.
As well as many of our other certified home show pros, because some of our siding people, roofing people will walk by their homes, you know, in their evening strolls through the neighborhood and go, that looks good. So it's not just with the windows. We have a whole group of people that can help you out with that one.
And we keep them all right there on our homepage at HomeShowRadio.com. We've done the footwork to find people you can trust, and you'll see them all right there on display on our website at HomeShowRadio.com, which is where the Ask Tom button is. That's how this question got here in the first place. You have one? Send it to us. Fill it out, send it in. We'll send out a video for the free world to see, and places where the internet gets into the unfree world. to see. And we can post them at HomeShowRadio.com, Facebook, and YouTube.